knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I would slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already, folks. Franklin Graham was interviewed by the Charlotte Observer. We got this from the Huffington Post. Charlotte Observer interview with Franklin Graham. And Franklin Graham says gays can't adopt, but recruit to a cause. Listen to this.
Gays and lesbians cannot have children. Biologically, it's impossible.
Right. They can adopt, but...
Yeah, they can recruit.
Recruit?
Yeah, sure.
What's the difference between recruit and adopt, do you think?
Well, I think you can adopt a child into a marriage, but you can also recruit children into your cause. And so I believe in protecting children, okay, from exploitation, all exploitations. Mm-hmm. So that's all that is about. I think I agreed with Putin. I think protecting his nation's children, I think, was probably a pretty smart thing to do. I was very clear I supported Putin in his decision to protect his nation's children, and I think our Congress needs to do more in protecting our nation's children. Congress, our president, and others are going forward with an agenda. Mm-hmm. A gay and lesbian agenda, and many in the Congress are following them.
And what does that agenda entail, in your opinion?
Well, just look at where we are today. With at every turn, the gay and lesbian agenda is being pushed by this administration, and
marriage, for example.
Sure, of course it is.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Okay.
But anyhow, that's enough on this issue.
Okay.
We've discussed that enough.
Right on, Mr. Graham. I've never heard it put that way, but it makes so much sense. They don't adopt, they recruit. The gays do. Right on, right on. And what Franklin Graham is saying, that these gays only adopt kids to exploit and use them for their own cause. And I've noticed that when they recruit these children, they force them to accept homosexuality as normal. That right on, Mr. Graham. I want you to send Franklin Graham a note saying thank you. I agree with you. You're right on about this, Reverend Graham. And the reason I'm asking this is because we got to support the folks. We got to show support to the people who are taking a stand like this. Because the enemies, those on the other side, they are going after him. It's a spiritual battle between good and evil. And the evil folks are going after Franklin Graham. Huffington Post called it one of the most homophobic things we have ever seen. So I ask that you show support to Franklin Graham. If you agree with what he's saying, because he is being attacked on the other side, we got to, and I wrote an article about this. We got to get on board. My WorldNetDaily.com article, Spineless Christians and the War on Values. We got to start showing up. Now, you don't have to go out and protest at this point, but you can send emails, Facebook comments, or whatever to Franklin Graham saying, thank you. I agree, sir. And that would encourage more people to come out and speak up. Just like the ones on the side of evil, they show up. They support one another. They don't agree on all things, but yet they support one another. And that's why they're winning. We got to do the same thing. So call Franklin Graham, email him, text him, fax him, however, tweet him, whatever, with your support. He's right on about this. And you know the gays are going to go after him for saying that. They don't adopt, they recruit. And this administration is all about homosexuality. Franklin is attacked for his belief and words.
As far as persecution, I'm attacked all the time because of my religious beliefs, of what I believe and what I say. And there are people who are very quick to demonize you if you disagree with them. The left, the gay lesbian movement. If I disagree with a gay person, then I'm a homophobic. I'm intolerant. It's not that I'm a homophobe. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not intolerant. I just have a different opinion, a different view. And the same thing, you know, with anybody that disagrees with them, they demonize you.
Some say you demonize Islam, and Christians in this country have opposed the building of mosques and are worried about Sharia law. Isn't it two-way street?
Well, we should be afraid of Sharia law. We should be absolutely afraid of it. No question about it. Because there's no tolerance in Sharia law, and it persecutes those that do not believe in Islam. And I would say to Muslims in this country, if they want to practice Sharia law, go back to where you came from, to those nations that recognize Sharia law. But we have our own laws here.
Opposing same-sex marriage because it's the Bible.
What's this got to do with?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to say that is a religious law too, isn't it? I mean, that we should not let gays and lesbians get married because the Bible says they shouldn't do it.
Well, I believe
the Bible's a religious book.
I believe the Bible from cover to cover.
I understand.
And I believe the Old Testament as well as the New Testament.
So now, call me crazy, but it sounds like this interviewer is comparing Muslim to Christianity. Islam to Christianity. That's what it appears to be doing, or he appears to be doing. What a traitor. There's no comparison at all. Sharia law compared to Christians, saying that gays should not so-called marry and have children and all that crap. These people are so evil. Right on Franklin Graham. I want you to send this guy a thank you note and a note of support. When people like this see that we have their backs, then you're going to see more and more people standing up. They won't have to worry about their jobs or their reputation. As a matter of fact, God said, blessed is the man or woman who is crucified or persecuted for righteousness' sake. Graham is speaking on the behalf of what's right. Do we have time for this? They asked about his father, Andre. When I come back, they asked Graham about his father. Then I'll take your calls. 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. All men should be standing up for what is right. There should not be one man in America who is not bold enough to speak up, stand up, and take a stand for righteousness' sake. You have the power. You have the authority. God bless Franklin Graham. I'm going to send him a thank you note, a note of support. You should do the same. Back in a moment.